from e-learning channel, Museum. This time, we're going to learn a very famous classical song known as Für Elise by Beethoven. Have you ever heard this music before? This original song is a little longer than the one that I wrote it today. However, the most well-known part is the beginning and the ending. They're the same. So today, we're going to learn Für Elise, only the opening part. And with this song, we're going to learn two-hand repeated note technique. Okay, let's see how it goes. Now, if you're looking at the score, it seems pretty confusing because the sharps and naturals and right hand and left hand melody lines are keep moving between hands. But if you look carefully at the notes, then it repeats the same pattern. So let's find how the pattern is written. Now, if you see the first one, it started with incomplete measure with the pickup beat on E and D sharp. So the count will be 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, and it goes like that way. The beginning is exactly the same as the original, just the way of writing is different. I wrote this song as quarter note as 1 count, but in the original song is 8th note is 1 count. So the rhythm and everything is exactly the same, but the way of writing is just different. So it should be much easier. Now let's just start right hand first. So it starts on the 3rd beat with incomplete measure pickup beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and again 1 and 2 and then D is natural, so it will be just regular D and C and A. So that's the opening. Have you ever heard? Yes, very famous tune, right? It's simple, just like E, D, E, D. You play it twice and skip and coming down. So if you remember this first phrase, it's just coming back. How many times? If you see a second phrase is the same, and then the third phrase is the same, and the first one is the same. So it literally repeats back like 5 times or 6 times whole throughout the song. Then, you know what? Half of our song is done. And then the last part is coming from the chord pattern. Now let's see what is the last one. If you see the left hand, it starts from the second one, and A minor chord. What is the pattern of it? A minor chord is like this, but we play a 1, 5, 1 pattern, which we learned it, right? And what about the next measure? E, and repeating E octave and G sharp. So it will be the E major chord, but writing it and E repeat and G sharp. And the next one is again A minor chord. So your left hand pattern is only 2. A, E major chord, A minor chord, E major chord. That's all, just only 2. Isn't it simple? Yes, very simple. If you know the pattern, then it's really easy. But if you don't know the pattern, you have to read each note. So whenever you see the new song, you have to look for the pattern of the song and also pattern of the rhythm, pattern of the chords, and pattern of the technique. Got it? Then now let's go slow, note by note. Right hand starts on E and left hand starts on A minor. Ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and goes to A and left hand is A2. A and right hand is a C, E, A. So if of A minor. Do you see? A minor is A, C, E. So everything is within A, C, E, A. That's it. So this is literally chord. And what about the next one? Next measure is E. So it should be E, G, B, E. Left hand is G sharp. And right hand plays E major chord again. Do you see? I was holding it down left hand even if there was rest. Why? Because just to show you what kind of note it is at that measure. But anyway, so this measure is consist of E major chord, which is E, G sharp, B. That's it. And then the next measure is again A, E, A. So A pattern, A minor pattern, and right hand goes E and go to the next E, and then it starts back again. The tunes. And then A again, it starts exactly the same. C, E, A, and B. E major chord pattern. This time right hand from E, C, B, changing letter B, and go to A minor. And then one and then move it on to the next one. The same melody line comes back again. And A, the same thing. E major, and this is exactly the same as the first line, the very last one. A minor, and then it comes back again. Up to here, exactly the same, right? It repeats back how many times? Like 3-4 times. So if you know the pattern, then most of the song is done. Do you see? It's pretty simple, right? Then the next one is a little bit changing. Right hand starts from B, C, D, and only this part is a little bit changing. Goes to left hand is a C, G, C, which is a C major pattern of 1-5-1 technique. Do you see? So right hand goes E and G, F, E, and right hand D, and left hand goes to G major, but we play it in G, G, B, which is G chord, G, B, D, but playing it G, octave, octave, and B. So D, and right hand and F, E, D, and step down to C, and left hand is A minor pattern comes back. Right hand is step down to B, and here is one of the most confusing part, but it looks really cool when you play it well. Let's see. Left hand is E, E, and E again, and this measure is consists of E. Everything is E, and if you see it, this E and right hand E is the same E. But why do they write it this way? If they write it on the bass clap, then it means you play with your left hand. And then the same E, the treble clap, right? But if they put it like this, that means you have to play with your right hand. So you have to remember, sometimes the students are playing it E twice, but that's not right. You have to play it with left hand and right hand. That's the basic notation rule. So in here, left hand is E, E, E. You just play 3 different E's with your left hand. And right hand gets the same E start over. Got it? And then the next one. Do you see a little treble clef in here on the bass line? That means it's on the left hand, but you have to play it on treble clef. So it will be the same E and E. So actually, this E and E and the other E and E is the same E, but the difference is you play with your right hand and left hand, like this. Right hand, left hand. So you need to practice this for a couple of times so that you can go without stopping. Sometimes students are playing, take a rest, and switching it. It has to be right after one and another. So it goes 1, E, E, right hand, E, octave, and the left hand, the same note. And then if you see it, the next E, the same E's, looks exactly the same, right? Just only one is above, so it means you play with your right hand, left hand, the bottom treble clef means you play with your left hand. So it's the same E, but you go with right hand. So that's kind of simple but hard to play well. So if I go again, E, right, left, right. You need to practice this part a lot. This is our lesson point for today. This is what Beethoven wrote it. So you have to keep fingerings and hand positions as it's written. Got it? And then after that, what is it? D sharp on bass, not the bass clef, actually treble clef, but with your left hand. So D sharp and E, and exactly the same note, but with your right hand. Finger number 23, again, left hand, and then right hand starts the same melody line again. And 1, and 2, and 3, and the same melody line is coming back A minor. Do you see? So most confusing part is, I guess, the second page from measure 17, which is going to switching it to. So I guess most confusing part starts from the second page, top of the second page, measure 17, C chord, G chord, A minor, and E coming. Left hand, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. That's it, this part. So if you practice only these 2 lines, then the rest of the song is pretty simple. I will tell you the practice tip here. Left hand, when you go from the top of the measure, second page, just practice left hand chord and then remember the position where it is. And then when you reach to this part, remember by position. You see it? So practice like this. Right, left, right. So you move your hand. Do you see it? How I do? Just make a circle. Instead of playing it each, you have to make a circle. As you play, you go, drop, and as you go, you have to make a circle. Do you see it? And out, and your left hand will be up here. When I play it E, you see it, and then leave, and then you have to make sure your hands are already there, circle. So if I play it again slow motion, read it just like this. E, 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 and then D sharp E, and play with the 4, 5. So one at a time. So you have to make sure your hands is sideways, moving sideways. Leave your left hand this side, leave your right hand that side so that it doesn't hit each other. Got it? And then the next measure is coming back again. 1, 2, the same thing. You see, A minor chord. I will play a little faster so you know. The same thing. E major, exactly the same as beginning. And then the last part is a little bit different. Instead of E, you go D, C, B, and then left hand is A, right hand is a C and A. Just like this. That's it. So pretty simple, right? But key of playing the song is how smoothly you play the notes. That's really important. All you need to remember is you have to smoothly connect between hands. So for example, when the melody line comes back, and then between left to right, do you see it? The thumbs, how you move. You have to keep holding, and after you play the right hand leave smoothly. That's the key of playing well. So it will be, everything is the same. Hold it until I play the right hand. Got it? So everything goes like that. If you leave too soon, then it will be sound disconnected or detached. Da da da, da da da, like this. So key of playing well is just connecting, holding. You see how you're gonna do your hand shape? So make sure you have to smoothly connecting between hands, because that's everything. Now let's start in slow tempo and play from beginning to the end. Fine hand position. Ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and A minor, E major, A minor again, and melody comes back again. A minor, E major, A minor, the same thing repeats back again. sharp, and then right hand, and left hand again. Move by side. And then extra melody starts over again. A minor. Pretty simple, right? Now let's play a little faster. The other important thing is pedal. When you do pedaling, you have to change every measure. So the opening is okay, you can just use whole one pedal. Actually, I use half of it. Not whole thing, but just, push down a little bit and open the strings. And then extra pedal starts from A and switching it E again and A again, and then just leave it here without a pedal and then use it again. So whenever your left hand is presented, you can use pedal. Just every measure, beginning of the beat, you can change the pedal. That should be okay. Except where the E is coming. That one, if you see this measure, left hand E, right hand, and left hand, you can just keep holding it until the E. Because since it's the same E, you can push down until the right hand E part, and then when left hand plays the D sharp, you can just let it go the pedal. And then changing again. Here maybe it's better to use it because you're switching hands, so it's easier to play with the pedal than without. If you play it without, it will be sound disconnected or too dry. So maybe use the pedal, but just half of the pedal. So today's song seems pretty simple, right? Note is easy, but the problem is the technique. To play it smooth, you have to practice a lot. Especially you have to relax your wrist. Instead of just holding it too straight, just relax and move it up and down like this, up and down, leave it, and drop it. So use your wrist, then it should be easier and sound will be pretty. Now, through this level, we learn how to play 7th chord, major, minor, and we learn all the chords and plus important techniques. So please wait for our last lesson of this level, and I will see you soon. Bye!